Good Thursday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. In 15-20 minutes, all the weather you need to know locally and beyond, because I think it's important you know what's going on around us. Tropically speaking, we have a new storm named Tammy, plus visibility. Maybe not as bad as it was this time yesterday. See a lot of 10s, and that's usually the max that you'll see from visibility, but there could be still a hint of fog in some cases, perhaps maybe through the Smokies and some of those gray areas up toward Claiborne, Union, and even Hawkins County, in Granger County, for example. But visibility, maybe one element to watch. We'll be keeping an eye on the radar because some spots of rain are in the forecast today. The ultimate Doppler radar not showing any rain at this time. Afternoon chance may go up to 20%, but the ultimate Doppler radar presented by A1 Fincham Heating and Cooling, focused on customer satisfaction. They won't quit until you're happy. Check them out at a1fincham.com. I have a link to their website, as well as their URL of their website, as well as their phone number at the top of this Facebook post. Now, you can see there's a very thin line of rain moving across West Tennessee this morning, and that line, if it holds together, may produce some spots of rain for us later on this afternoon. But it extends all the way up into western Kentucky, into central Indiana, and all the way into parts of Michigan. So this is really just the beginning of what could be a very rainy Friday ahead of us. Nothing going on in the Gulf of Mexico, but as I mentioned, there is a new storm named Tammy coming up. I'll show that here in a second. But I want to show you the future rainfall, because tomorrow this may start at 1 or 2 in the morning. It may finish between, say, 3 and 5 in the morning, 3 and 5 in the afternoon, excuse me. So 1 or 2 in the morning, okay, could be a good start time for Knoxville. 3 to 5 in the afternoon could be a finishing time, which means it should be out of here in time for high school football. Does that help? I know some of you were asking me about high school football, and I do think it'll be kind of on its way out. That's not to say it's still not raining in the Smokies at 6 or 7 p.m. It could still do that, but I think this will sweep in and sweep out. And you can see from this solution, it puts the heavier rains in quotation marks, half inch or more, in parts of Morristown, Sevierville, maybe even Greenville with 0.69. But not all the models agree, and never do they. Rarely do they always agree. But the rainfall that's coming in tomorrow, this is a slide or Exhibit A. Let's take a look at Exhibit B, because while you look at a 1/4 inch here in Knoxville, let's take a look at the other possibility. This is future rainfall number 2, and it's different models, different set of equations. You could take a blend of the two, but this shows over an inch in some spots like Greenville, maybe 1.5 inches. That's a big difference. That's a big difference, 0.6 or 1.5 in Greenville. That's a huge difference, right? So there is some question marks still on how much we get, but every drop that we do receive should be beneficial, beneficial rain. We are still running over 2 inches below normal for the year, and we're not going to fix all that ails us here from tomorrow's event, but we'll take what we can get, and some thunder may be thrown in for good measure, and that's why that could account. That could account for some locally higher rainfall amounts. So hopefully that gives you some perspective. And before I get to your questions, because I'm on both YouTube and Facebook Live at the same time, we have temperatures in the upper 40s, which is where I was expecting to be this morning. It's 48 in Knoxville. It is 46 around Rockwood, which apparently not reporting, but we can interpolate. 43 in Athens, 47 Crossville. And good morning to you if you're in Jacksboro. Kind of cool there at 41 degrees. Good morning. If you're on the call, I'd love to say hi to you. Maybe I got Marilyn Bell. She's on YouTube already. I love it. Got a couple of people now, 3 people growing on the YouTube channel. Happy Thursday. Hope you'll enjoy your day, and hoping for the rain that comes primarily tomorrow, but some spots of rain this afternoon. Back on Facebook, where most of you may be watching me, Melissa says, I agree with Wanda. She says, good morning, or she said, it's so foggy yesterday, I had to drive it and couldn't see. It was like pea soup, LOL. I LOL if I don't have to drive in it, but I know that if I'm driving in it, it's a headache, right? Nobody likes to drive through thick fog. I agree with you there. Melissa Sill says, good morning, everyone. And Teresa Bowman, hello there. She says, good morning from La Follette. You are one of the cool spots right now, Teresa. As I'm looking at your numbers, look at that number, 41 degrees in La Follette. Compare that, that's 7 degrees cooler than Knoxville. What a difference. If you travel down I-75, you might find, hey, it feels a little warmer, all things considered. But Oneida is 50. Huge difference just between Scott County, Campbell County. Who would have thunk it? But if you follow the red arrows, it makes sense. We're bringing in some warm air advection. We're bringing in some warm air, so some areas might be warmer than others, and some sheltered valleys, like maybe, I don't know, Jonesville could be now starting off in the low 40s. Temperature change from this time yesterday to today. 6 degrees warmer now. Keep in mind, our low temperature in Knoxville yesterday morning fell to 40. But right now it's 48, but if you compare 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., that's where the 6 comes from. And it's 15 degrees warmer in Jamestown. So the warm air from that southwest wind will be picking up, I suspect, winds today. Picking up 5 to 15, gusting to around 25. So by the drive home, you might feel, hey, it's a little breezy. Maybe the winds are going to stir some of those leaves and make them fall on the roads that you're driving on. So keep that in mind as we go from hazy sun, increasing clouds, spotty rain, and a breezy afternoon. Look at all those wind arrows, those red arrows swimming up from Memphis, Jackson, Paducah, and it's 56 in Bowling Green. So, well, maybe 60 in Memphis. I'm expecting a high today around 72. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Yesterday, where's my notes? I'm a good note taker. Yesterday, we hit 69 in Knoxville. I was expecting 70, and the normal high is 71. So we're kind of in the sweet spot where we might typically be. Never do I want to say where we should be, because that's like telling the ocean waves where they should be. They are where they are. They're either low tide, high tide. They're just constantly in motion. And so our forecast for today will put us in the low 70s for Knoxville, upper 60s for many parts surrounding the valley. But those are the current readings. Let me show you that valley planner because I think it could help you plan accordingly. It is now 6:46. Average high 71. We should head towards 72. And if we get some hazy sunshine in the morning, it's only going to be replaced with more and more clouds with a 20% chance of rain this afternoon, and it turns breezy. Gusts around 25 miles per hour. But by the time we hit noontime, we should be around 64. I don't know if that's where you hope to be, but that's where I expect to be this afternoon. So say hi to Wanda. She says, love the cool temperatures. Feels like fall time for hot cocoa and Weigel's orange milk. Oh, there you go. Or maybe even the eggnog. Oh, the eggnog's out early. I love that. Darcy says it's cold, 44, but no fog. Darcy, you were blessed today. No fog for you today. And Carrie says, good morning. Happy Thursday to Carrie. This is good. She's got the 2 cups of coffee. Weather, everyone, have a great day. She's excited maybe about the day ahead. And why not? There's going to be at least a little more warmth today compared to where we're going to be going down the road, and we'll talk about that as we do ebb and flow over the next couple of weeks. By the way, wind speed, not moving much, but as I say, it's going to pick up 5 to 15. It might be light and variable now, but we'll talk about southwest winds 5 to 15 later this morning, like 11 o'clock into the 2 p.m. time frame. By 5 o'clock, I think we're certainly gusting closer to 25 miles per hour, maybe slightly higher. That can be anticipated in terms of these winds. And as far as the clouds, I mentioned there could be some hazy sun when the sun finally comes up this morning, and it will do so at 7:46. 7:46 when the sun comes up, but those clouds, as you can see, may be thin in some areas, but it will be clouding back up. So keep in mind, if we get the hazy sun, best chance will be on the first part of the morning, and then we cloud up, and some of that rain in Jackson could work its way here. So I do have some clouds. I have that, oh, it's going to be fine, and it's not because of the clouds. I picked this emoji because of the fact that the sun goes down now, 5 minutes before 7. Boo! If you're not a fan of short days, maybe you're just longing for the changing of the clocks, which doesn't happen until the 5th of November. You still got some time. But 6:55 is when the sun sets now, and it might feel like it's going to be fine. I'm okay with the shorter days. Maybe not. Bus stop forecast getting you out the door. Thankfully, fog is not crippling, hopefully, anybody today. But 48 goes to 54 at 10. Should be around 69 degrees at 2 o'clock, between the 2 and 3:30 time pickup. But here are my expected highs today. 71 Morristown, Kingston. 65 Jamestown, Crossville, and Lake Tansy in the heart of Cumberland County. 72 for Athens, 73 Newport, and should hold in the upper 60s for Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, mid-60s for Gatlinburg, about 68 for La Follette. It is the fall season. It's time for apples, apple cider, apple butter. Oh, how sweet it is. And I did have to modify because of the warmth, those red arrows. Looks like it's going to be warmer in Tuscaloosa for this big game. Now, I know this game's not local, but we're locally there. Many of us will be traveling, I know, down toward Tuscaloosa to Bryant-Denny Stadium. They're 6-1, we're 5-1, but we're ranked number 17 last I checked. And so I moved us up a couple of degrees into the lower 80s. Yesterday I was thinking near 80, 79 near 80, but it looks like, because I got to take into account that 3:30 game time is really 2:30 Central Time. right? So because they're in Central Time. So 2:30, middle of the afternoon, they could easily be in the mid-80s, low to mid-80s, about 83 for halftime. Should be ending the game probably closer to 7 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock their time, probably in the mid-70s by then. But lots of sunshine, maybe more scattered clouds for the second half of the game. But go Vols. I still think winds are going to be about 5 to 10 out of the west, northwest. So go Vols. Are you excited about this game? I think we all should be. Hazy sunshine today with increasing clouds. Had put another bullet point here for today. It turns breezy with some spots of rain. And then it's rainy with thunder on Friday. I wanted to cut to the chase. Did you notice how I put the future rainfall for tomorrow way out in front of my slideshow? I wanted you to see the two possibilities. I'm still in the camp that it's a ½ inch to an inch. The inch might be for those who get thunder. Those who don't get thunder may be closer to ½ inch on Friday. So that's my expectation, and we could use every drop. I know it's kind of lousy because it happens on a Friday. Why can't it happen on a Monday? Well, I have no control over that. I'm just the messenger. But Friday will be the rainy day, and most of it should be tapering by 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, watching the tropics, I mentioned Tammy has formed. She's right there in the middle of the map here. In fact, you can see from the Hurricane Center, Tropical Storm Tammy, with winds at 40 miles per hour, I'm looking at the top of the banner there, is moving west at 17 miles per hour. Now, this may not have any implication for the U.S., but in a kind of in a side way it could. Could have effect on the U.S. Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands, Antigua. Some of these islands may be affected by a strong tropical storm. At least the brunt of this storm may graze some of the islands there. And then that's, 2 a.m. Saturday. This is the Hurricane Center's track where Tammy is going. And then likely to curve far enough away that does not bother us and should be far enough away it doesn't give us any serious rip currents along the East Coast. It's pretty far out there. But it could very well become a Hurricane Tammy. It looks like by the time we hit maybe this weekend, Sunday into Monday. It's got winds of 80 Monday and Tuesday. So that's Tammy at a glance. I wanted to show you some of the spaghetti plots, the potential tracks. And in most cases, that's pretty much how the Hurricane Center sees it. Notice most of the lines go zigzag to the right. Maybe a few might try and squeeze out a little bit further to the west. But we'll be hopeful that Tammy stays away from us. And hopefully with minimal damage for those islands. Now, the tropical outlook names, we have gone to Tammy. That means Vince and Whitney, maybe the next couple of names on the list. I got a couple of notes from you. I want to say hi, good morning to you. It is now 6:52. I'm going to be done at the top of the hour. And as I promised, I said I'll have more information in 15, 20 minutes than you'll find anywhere. In my view, I think I've got it all in here in my presentation. Michael says, David, you always know when the change is coming, the preceding winds give it away. Yeah, they're coming. We're going to feel those winds this afternoon. Nothing off the chart, but obviously more than what we had right now. Wanda says she loves those apples, go Vols. And Melissa Sill says, I am definitely not a fan of the shorter days. It's dark when I have to go to work and dark when I come home. There's a sad emoji. I feel for you, Melissa. I'm not a fan of the short days. But you know what? If I'm going to have short days, make it snow. That's just where I am. But not everybody's in that camp, and I understand that too. Back on YouTube, Marilyn Bell, happy Thursday. Hope you enjoy your day. And we now have a couple, still three folks watching live. But as the day wears on, I know more people are watching the YouTube. I see it. I see it from the views themselves. So happy to have you on that platform as well. So we've got my YouTube channel. We just highlighted that. The address there is youtube.com/@CaptainAccurate. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's absolutely free. My Facebook page has a premium side, and that does have a small cost of just $4.99 a month. And I'll be giving my winter weather outlook in a couple of days down the road, so you might want to join us on that side. By the way, right now it's 48 degrees. We have a north wind, northeast, at 3 miles per hour. Might be variable for now. And notice the chance of rain goes from 20 today, 80% tomorrow, and then that's like zeros. Goose eggs, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So take it where you can. Keep in mind, this is usually the driest month of the year, and this month of October 2023 is showing to be, or proving to be, no exception. Here's the Storm Prediction Center. I do see one dark green area on my maps that I'm about to show you, but most of it's just general thunderstorms. Later today, if not tonight. And again, these outlooks run from today right through 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And so with an increase in showers and storms tonight, is it any wonder they decided to paint this little green blob all over East Tennessee? So we will have the risk for some thunderstorms, if not late tonight, into early tomorrow morning as the day begins on Friday. Meanwhile, speaking of Friday, we still have most of the rain pushing to the east. Some isolated severe storms may develop between Savannah, Tybee Island, Charleston, and Jacksonville, Florida. That's how the Storm Prediction Center sees this situation. But they'll still have some rumbles of thunder here once we pass Friday 8 a.m., as I expect most of the rain to be out of here somewhere between 3 and 5 p.m., at least for the valley. We're going to look at that with the futurecast here in just mere moments. Saturday, not a drop. I should say not a drop. Not a thunderstorm on the lower 48, so Saturday looks exceedingly quiet, which is kind of unusual, but given the fact it's autumn, maybe it's not too unusual. If it were springtime, it would probably even be more unusual. But Futurecast shows that spot of rain that tries to work its way in here in the afternoon. You can see the front is way back toward Little Rock and just to the east of St. Louis. But as we move into the afternoon, there's a little spoke of energy, gives us a few drops of rain. 5 o'clock, gusts of wind around 25, maybe slightly higher. But the rain you see in Nashville will only continue to grow as the warm front departs. That's the red line. It's the cold front that drives this in and makes an exclamation point with maybe some thunder tomorrow morning. So if you wake up to a clap of thunder, don't be surprised. That's Friday, 7 a.m. And then the rain kind of lingers like this, even once the front exits. That's why I said you can still have some showers on its way out, but by 3 to 5 p.m., most of it should be gone. And let's hope that Friday Night Football, the only thing you'll work through are wet bleachers. You know, the seats might be wet when you get to the stadium by the time that game, those games begin. Midday on Saturday, not an issue. I think we're going to become mostly sunny on Saturday and lots of sunshine for the day on Sunday. So it's now 6:56. Another look at the Futurecast. This takes in temperatures into account. And it's also a great another view because it's a different set of equations, gives us a different perspective. They don't always match up. But by midday, most of us should be in the lower to mid-60s. But you'll notice the clouds have pretty much moved on in. There might be some thin spots, but those clouds will increase. Spots of rain may look like this at 4 o'clock. Might have a few drops in Oak Ridge and maybe around, say, Wartburg. Maybe up toward La Follette or even Oneida. Fair game. I left a 20% chance. This might be even overstated, but a few drops of rain I think are possible before the day is through. Then we go into tonight. Those showers and even rumbles of thunder increase. Some of that area in yellow, maybe including a rumble of thunder. There's a little spoke of energy there that happens in the wee hours of the morning. And then we get more reinforcements after 7 a.m. from another spoke of energy. So as it goes, we're going to find some rain every drop that we get. Keep in mind that the soil could certainly use it as we are still under a abnormally dry or level 1 drought. Today we're looking for a high of 72, increasing clouds. I expect spotty rain late, breezy conditions. Well, it may not be breezy now, and it's certainly not, but it will pick up. Most likely by 11 a.m., 5 to 15, then by 3, 4, 5 p.m. we're gusting around 25 miles per hour. Tonight, or today, we should see a high around 66 in Oneida, 67 in Wartburg, 73 Newport, 68 Sevierville, Maryville, Alcoa, about 73 degrees. So 70s are more common westward. Tri-Cities, 69 if you're traveling today. Only 66 for Asheville and the Biltmore, 72 for Atlanta if you're headed down to the south. Watching that very close. Oh, I got a couple of notes. Tonight, we're down to 54. We're going to come back on a quick camera check. Maryland, but no, John says, Maryland, this is Carver's Orchard, where they sell the fantastic fried apple turnovers. That would be a good place for David to visit on one of his weekly tours. I'm always open to great adventures. But thank you, John. Appreciate that. It's also very cool. And then I'll go back to Facebook. If you got another note for me, I'll do my best. Esther says, good morning, David. She's got 47 degrees in Washburn. Thank you, Esther, for representing Washburn today. She's got 47 degrees. That's kind of like where Knoxville is, right? Knoxville's 48, so we're pretty much in line. And Leah Bia, good morning. Been a long time since I caught you live. I'm excited for some rain. Bring it on. She's ready for that. That'll be mainly tomorrow, a little bit today. And Ed says, good morning. On my way for some eye surgery today, so let it rain. Have a good day. Well, Ed, prayers to you and to the physicians as well. So great to have you on the live element here this morning. All right, it's 6:59. I'm finishing up here right on time. 54 degrees, more clouds and showers and storms. Please do not be surprised if you get a clap of thunder in the overnight or early morning. That woke me up. I didn't know that was coming. You do know it's coming if you're hearing me now. But it may not be what you are excited to get. 50 in Wartburg for a low temperature. 51 in Morristown. Maryville, Knoxville, about 54 for a low temperature tonight, 50 for Sevierville with the showers and storms on the increase. 7 o'clock, here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. Significantly cooler tomorrow on the tune of 7 degrees. We're only up to 65, and that's if we're lucky. 70 on Saturday, hazy sunshine, and then I think it's mostly sunny. Sunday, mostly sunny. Monday, upper 60s, and then we're back into the lower 70s Tuesday, Wednesday. But there's some cool mornings. Sunday night, Monday morning, you start the new work week, and we're in the low 40s. So there's some chill that may still be had, and I suspect there will be more opportunities to see your breath going into the next 30 days, as I've been letting my premium members know on a regular basis. And if you're not familiar with my premium service, I'm on Facebook. These are posts that if you subscribe, you're going to get a lot more information, specifically my winter weather outlook. I've been working on this for days. I will be posting this before the end of the month, so it's not too late to join us on the premium side. But if you are curious about how this winter is likely to break down, I have a fantastic presentation that I have worked up, and I'm excited to share it with my premium members. If you'd like to join us, it's very easy. It's only 16 cents a day. I mean, $4.99 for a cup of coffee. You'll spend more on that on a Farmer's Almanac. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, if you get a local perspective of the Farmer's Almanac, right? Facebook.com, become supporter/Aldrich Weather. I have that URL at CaptainAccurate.com. You're also the first to see my snow forecast as we go through winter, and that might be of use to you, depending on if you're a school teacher and you're excited about potential snow days. There's all sorts of reasons that you might want to know what's going on in terms of the winter weather. But my premium service is available. All you have to do is go to CaptainAccurate.com for more details. Well, my name is David Aldrich. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.